Obviously, in the show, the main character is Ptolemy. But I wanted to know, why do you think that both Reggie and Nisi are also relevant to tell this story?
Well, I believe that in Reggie's situation, and I speak for you on this one time, for Nisi, the story is about family. And they are all family in one way or the other, and everyone in the story is family. So the various activities that take place with each character is essential for the overall whole of the story.
And I think it's also highlighting the differences with how people deal with someone who is going through what Ptolemy Grey is going through. So we see how Reggie takes care of Ptolemy, or how he interacts with Ptolemy, and then we see sort of the opposite way of how Nisi decides to take care of him or interact with him. We also see it in the younger generation. There's a huge difference between how Robin treats Ptolemy and how Hilliard treats Ptolemy. And so, yeah, like Omar said, it's about family. It's about the generations, how they deal with the elderly, how they're dealing with someone with dementia, but then how they navigate life and make complicated decisions. And do they feel like they've made the right decision, the wrong decision? I think that's for the audience to decide. But it's definitely about a family's journey.
Yeah, and Reggie kind of represents how volatile can the life of a black man be in America, for one thing that happens at the beginning of the show, while Nisi represents the survival of a single mother. So how was it to work with Walter to tell these stories in a way that felt this authentic to the audience?
I think Walter is nothing but authenticity. I've been reading his novels for years. I've watched the films made from his novels, and I always feel like whatever subject he is tackling, it is in an honest way, it is in an authentic way, and it is in a very human way, in that it is complicated and messy and beautiful. So, you know, I'm just reacting to whatever is already on the page. There wasn't even much discussion to be had because Walter gives you so much material as an actor to work with, which is not always the case, you know?
Yeah, and this is a show about remembering or about not forgetting. So which memories would you love to treasure forever about the experience of having been a part of the show?
For me, it's just the process of getting to work with so many people that I admire, and then getting to meet new people that I have admired from a distance. So you get to meet people recognize Marsha, they recognize me, and on a different level than they recognize Walter Mosley or Samuel L. Jackson or Ramin Barani or Debbie Allen, or a Diane Houseland, because some people are in front of the camera and some of them you recognize their work and may not even know that who they are, and yet you still have love for them. So for me, it's another example of how interconnected we are as humans and how important it is to put kindness first. That be the first step. Those are the kind of memories that I like to bank.
Yeah, and about that kindness and about that love, the show is also about legacy and about having a positive impact in the world, which I find beautiful. So which impact would you like the show to have once it releases?
I think Omar touched on this a little bit when he talks about kindness. I think I would love for people to take away that empathy is important. There's a lot of chatter now about making fun of people who are empathetic or ridiculing them or mocking them. And I think that is not the way I want the world to go. The most important thing I think I can teach my kids is to put themselves in other people's places, to not feel like they have to be experiencing something to feel someone else's hurt. And so, I think the show is about empathy. It's about kindness. It's about being able to put yourself in someone else's place and feel for them.
And I could just add one piece to that. One piece of that before you go is, also, it would be great for the show to add a dash of hope in the world. And this show deals with very, very heavy themes. And I think it did a great job of dealing with heavy themes in an uplifting way so that you leave elevated. and not necessarily downtrodden. And we have more than enough of that on the news and everywhere else in society.
You're both absolutely right, and I hope it brings hope to the world. So thank you so much for this time, and have a really nice day.